much for joining us tonight. I'm Pastor Michelle. This is my sweet husband, Pastor Greg.
Thank you, doll.
We're spiritual relationship counselors. We are veterans of the United States Air Force, and we are your go-to couple for all things relationship. We ask that you come on in tonight, share the broadcast, invite somebody, and let the people know.
Spread the word. We're here. We're talking tonight, guys, about 5 signs you just might be a side chick.
You might be a side piece.
And nobody's got time for that.
Ain't nobody, not me, not she, not I. Absolutely correct. So let me finish up doing one thing right here so that everybody else will know that we are on. We appreciate you guys so much. Faith Pittman, thank you for joining. I see True Movement in the building. Hey, how are you, darling?
It's us. You're part of us.
Yes. Hey, it's GD and me. I mean you.
We love you guys. Thanks for being with us this evening. We're Pastors Greg and Michelle Mostella, MarriageMix3.com, GD and me. We're here every Tuesday through Thursday between 9 and 9:30 Central Standard Time.
Yes.
Thank you for being with us this evening. 5 signs you just might be a side chick.
Yes.
5 signs.
You just might be.
You know somebody that needs the signs. Reach out and touch them. Invite them in here. And as we move into our content, I believe that you'll be enlightened by what's going to be said, and you'll be able to help them.
Yeah.
And lots of folks need a little help every now and again.
You sound like Wilford Brumley. You know, the guy that does the commercial.
Like a laxative commercial.
Yes. Right? Everybody needs a little help sometimes. You are a mess. I love it.
God bless you.
Hey, darling. Hey, thank you. You to be. Wait a minute. You as be one of my B1 bone of my. But yes, that's it.
Bless you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Adam and Eve. That's where we started.
That's right.
And we need to finish. We need to finish well. That's the problem sometimes is that we're not finishing well. You are so funny. I love it.
Love you.
Again, guys, come on in. Invite somebody. Share the broadcast. Let me invite some of our family here on Periscope. What's up, though? Thank you for hanging out with us.
I can see that some of the people are here.
Yes.
We don't see you on the screen, but we're glad that you're here. Welcome in, everybody. We're going to have a good time tonight.
Definitely.
We always have a good time. Now, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. And it's also church day. Yeah. So a lot of folks are coming in
from Bible class. That's it.
Some of you had church services. They have full-blown church service on Wednesday, and nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
But we appreciate you all being in here with us. We're going to have a good time. We always laugh, and we always share some information.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that we talk about here is our content, what we are doing here at MarriageMix3.com. We have written 2 books together about the relationships. The first one is entitled 7 Keys to Better Sex in Your Marriage. Available for you on Amazon. Also at the link. If you click on the bit.ly link in your in the broadcast there, you'll be able to go and get this resource. 7 ways.
In 7 days.
7 days.
Come on.
How to get your relationship.
Yes.
Things are starting to get in the doldrums or not as where you want them to be. You need to pick up a copy of this. Get one for the glove compartment. Get one for the night table. Get one for the briefcase. Get one for the backpack. Get one for the purse. Get one for your neighbor. Get one for an enemy.
Yeah, because that's probably why they act in the way that they are. Because they stole up.
Thanks for being in here with us.
I love it.
Great minds think alike.
Think alike. You're absolutely correct.
But seriously, one of the most wonderful things God gave us
in
the context of a marriage relationship is the sexual part of our relationship, the intimacy. And we believe that the intimacy is so very important.
It really is.
In addition to some health benefits that we get
come on.
in the confines of marriage.
That's right.
Men who have regular marital relationships,
sexual relationships,
fulfillment.
You know what? You know what happens to them? They cut their episodes of myocardial infarctions by 50%.
Blessings to
you. Do you know
everybody.
that you're cutting your your episode
right down the middle?
Oh, yes, and if you're doing that right, and you're also eating right on top of it, baby, bye. What?
I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly.
Hey.
So, guys, so this is our first book together.
Yes.
Get it. If you haven't,
If you haven't yet,
pick it up.
The link is in the bio, bit.ly
Yes.
/MM3 links. It'll take you right over to you can get it.
Bless your socks.
Yes,
and
definitely.
bless your life. Our second book together is entitled Erogenous Zones, Exploring Marital Intimacy. Now, there's so much I can tell you about this, but King Solomon is in here. King David is in here.
Come on.
There is so much.
Come on.
That is right here in this little book. And it's going to really bless you real good. There's no pornography. There are no nudie photos. You see me looking like, are there?
Because some of our live stream family have said some stuff like they would send us their pictures. Listen, we don't want your pictures.
We ain't going to hell for you. But seriously. So, but there are photos, there are books, there are pictures, guides, Yeah. And one of the key guides in here is the erogenous zone.
Yes,
kind of
we have
you
listed
from head to toe.
Every single one.
It's pointed them out for you.
Yes.
So you know where to find the little beautiful hills in the valley and little scenic places on your mate's anatomy that is going to bless you both. I promise you, it's going to bless you both. Real good. All right. So I believe, and for our announcement, single.
Yes. If you are in here and you are single, you're ready to mingle, but you've gotten a little rusty. Maybe you're dealing with some issues like you have been divorced and now you're going back out into the dating field. Listen, let me tell you something. There are some things that you need to know. We found out that 50% of first marriages end in divorce. Now, the number has gone down about 2%. So it's now 48%. But the problem comes in is not there, but so much in the second marriage. Second marriages fare even worse than first marriages. That's right. 78% was the last count that we received. 78% of second marriages also end in divorce. And so what do you need to do? You've got to date right so you can mate right. You don't want to become a statistic 2 times, okay? And let me...
I was just grinning because of Faith Pittman. She says, no! And it's so important to know what you want, to know what you have a tolerance for, and to know, do I want to do this? No. Or
not. Exactly.
And it's a wonderful thing.
And so here's the thing. What we talk about in Dating 101, dishing the basics of dating. Now, I know y'all are like, I've been dating since I was 12 years old. No, you've been dating, but you...
I don't know.
True. But this is more than that. This is talking about not just the actual act of dating, but the psychology that goes on behind it. Where is your frontal lobes? What happened to you chemically, physiologically? Some of the things that you should be asking on a date, where you should be going on dates. Yes. You need to know about that other person's their personality type, because if you are one of those that are high personality type, okay, and then you've got a low personality type, and not saying that either one is higher than the other, but they're opposite, some of them.
That's right.
The first one and the fourth one are absolutely opposites, okay? And so what you end up doing is you get together with someone because you're a homebody. You're that person that said, I just like to have a nice cup of tea and sit in front of the fireplace and watch a romantic movie. But then you say after a while, I need to get with somebody that, she just attracts me because she wants to go out. She wants to do things. She wants to go and hike on mountains and ski down slopes. And then what we do, honey, is we get together with that person and then we fall in love with them. We marry them and then we get married and miserable.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about,
stay home. I don't want to be on that mountain.
You always want to go. Well, why is it now that you want to change the person that it was that you said that the thing that attracted to you now has now started to make you crazy?
Yeah.
Okay.
repel
instead of pulling together. And so those are the things that we talk about. We talk about chemistry, compatibility. We talk about commitment. We talk about soul ties in Dating 101, dishing the basics of dating. So if you have not yet gotten that 5-hour intensive that also comes with this 35-page workbook, I want you to know that it is available to you, bit.ly/MM3 links. Okay, yes, find it there. The link is in the bio.
Go get it, y'all.
All right.
Now, if you've got young folks at your home that are talking about dating or think that they might want to go on a date, you need to make this a prerequisite.
Yeah.
For
Yes. Oh,
listen,
Lord,
folks, there is stuff out there now.
Yeah.
That you and I. You know,
we were able to
even if you came along much, I'm sure all of you all came along 10, 15, 20 years after me. But there are things that have been learned that a lot that's going on that wasn't going on when we were out
That's
there.
Right. There were some things we've come up with new STDs now. I mean, we've got some stuff that's resistant to every kind of penicillin, any kind of treatment. And so you're now on a life. It's like that good Samsonite luggage, the one. How many of y'all seen that commercial where the Samsonite luggage guy, it has a monkey, a razorback, isn't it?
A gorilla.
A gorilla.
Large,
one of those great big large dark gorillas, and it's throwing the bag all over the place, and it lets you know.
Silverback.
That Samsonite, I don't care what you do to it. I don't care what the people at the TSA do to it. You are not going to have to worry about your suitcases. They don't make them like that anymore. You find those in thrift shops and stuff now, right? For little or no money. But those were the best, but now they would charge you an arm and a leg because they weighed so much themselves.
When they get old and become antiques, what is that word they use? That for old stuff, vintage.
It's vintage.
All right.
It's vintage now.
So,
all right.
Wow.
And so those are the things that we have to know before we go out and we call ourselves dating. All right. And so we want our singles to just understand that we are still kind of talking to our singles tonight. Right. But those of you that are married, we appreciate you guys being with us.
Absolutely.
We are marriagemakes3.com. I'm Pastor Michelle. It's my sweetest Pastor Greg.
Thank you, dog.
And every Tuesday through Thursday, we're here giving you tools to help you to get your relationships on and popping. Now, we're talking tonight about 5 signs that you just might be a side chick. So we're going to ask that if you're in here tonight and you haven't shared the broadcast, that you will go ahead and share. Look, honey, Brother Terry has come on Facebook. He said, ooh,
look at you. Look, guys, Terry, tell us his link, honey.
Terry is on the Common Sense Show.
That's right.
So find him on Periscope. And if you're just looking for him, it's Terry Little on Facebook. Find him. He's the one that's hooked up a brother and a sister with this whole awesome new suite. And so we appreciate you for showing us, for teaching us, and letting us in on some things because, we're here to help one another, right?
That's right. So we are on a new platform. If you were slow finding us, understand that we're on a new platform.
Yeah.
When our eye contact will be pretty much here with you. And we appreciate Terry for getting us started on that. Now, he's going to have some ventures later where he will talk with you about this, and we may even bring him in. But he has to go ahead and give us our passing grade so we can get out of his class.
Hey, Dedra.
We appreciate you all.
Thanks I got that. Oh, how are you, darling? Thank you for joining. We see that Brother Terry has shared the broadcast. Thank you for inviting your followers. I got that, Obi Love. And then Kimmy says, marriagemakes3.com, free 15-minute encounter session with us, Pastor G and Pastor Me. You may be dealing with something in your relationship that is keeping you, that's holding you, that's causing you stresses. And what we do is a free 15-minute encounter session, deal with one of your issues, and we can give you a strategy and possibly a tool that we believe is going to help you to get over that hump, to get onto the journey called relationship. All right. And she also lets us know to get the books. Amen. Your relation for your sex relationship life. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Kimmy.
I love it. Yes, thank you. True Movement is in the building.
True Movement is here and there and everywhere.
Thank you so much. There he is, the Common Sense Show TV on Periscope. Thank you so much. get the books and start tagging those spots. Yes, I can see your comment, Brother Terry. I know you're probably gone by now, but we appreciate you. Bonjour, Bama Kobe MW. Thank you for joining. I took French for 3 years in school, and I really don't know a lot of it, but I appreciate, you know, those that have the language. It's such a beautiful language. True Movement says she got one from the Salvation Army. She's talking about the luggage. All right, guys. So here it is. We're getting ready to get started tonight. We have 5 signs that you just might be a side chick. And I don't want you to tag anybody and let them think that you're meaning that they are a side chick, okay? That's not what we're doing. But if there's someone that you know that will be able to receive something from our broadcast tonight, we're going to ask that you would go ahead, invite them, share the broadcast, invite your followers. I believe it's going to bless your life. And if you're not following, we ask that you follow us here. We're on Tuesday through Thursday between 9 and 9:30 Central Standard Time. All right. So let me see a number 1 in the chat, you guys. We're talking here about side chicks. 5 signs you just might be a side piece, a side chick, a side dude. I'm trying to do it the right way. A side dude, and you feel like you're in a relationship. And I think that's what ends up being the problem sometimes, is that we are really feeling like we're in a relationship with someone. And then we find out later on that somehow, some way, there was something that had gone awry, and we are really not in as deep as we think that we are. That's right.
Thank you, Bishop Oliver, for sharing the broadcast. Also, Terry.
All right. I thank you guys for those number TV. 1s that you all are putting there in the chat. So here's one of those things that you need to check yourself with. You just might be a side chick, number 1, if you have no definition of your position. All right. Wow. You have no definition of your position. Come on. She said a side eggplant. Yes.
Who is he?
Some side eggplants. Yes. And see, when we talked about, and I know we didn't read the scripture, but we have talked before about Solomon and how he says that you are my beloved and my beloved is mine. Yeah, all right. Yeah. And so when we're saying that, if you are dealing with an individual that you have no definition of your position with them, and when we say that, when they meet you up, if their friends meet you. Okay, thank you for putting that in the chat here in True Movement. No definition of your position. Wow. Those people, you're walking down the street one day on the merry months of May. You were taken by surprise by a friend, a cousin, a relative of that other person. And they walk up to them, and you know they know them because you can see that when their eyes met, that there was something familiar. Yeah. And so they go up to them and, hey, cuz, and give them a big hug or something of that nature. And they say, how you been doing? Oh, it's been good. Da, 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 da. Wow. And the entire time, that person never acknowledges your presence. Hey, Juicy.
Wow.
The entire time, that person never looks to you and says, oh, this is my cousin so-and-so. All right. And if they say,
this is
right,
cousin.
Exactly. Usually, in the course of when we are being civil to one another, what do? We say and introduce. And listen, I know that some of y'all think that everybody remembers everybody's name. This is not Cheers, okay? And so here's the thing. There are going to be those times when you forget the person's name. And so if you can't introduce yourself to somebody, say, hey, my name is Michelle. What's your name? And then open it up for them. Hey, Terry's a Bulls fan. And open it up for them to be able to say, oh, I'm sorry, where's my manners? This is my girlfriend. This is my husband. What would it be like if you all were to meet us on the street, right?
Wow.
And somebody walks up to me and they start talking to me and give me a big old hug. Girl, it's been a long time since I've seen you. How you been doing? Oh, I've been doing fine. Girl, and start spinning you around. Okay, we got our good pastor.
Somebody.
I got that, Obi Love. We already got some issues already going on, right? And so I don't then say, I'm fine. Thank you for noticing. And then I turn and I say, oh, this is my husband. Gregory Dale. What if I just said, oh, and that's Gregory Dale, or that's Greg?
Wow.
All right, somebody, she said, only a sorry frog doesn't praise its own pond. You got to tell the people, if they are not claiming you, honey child, honey boo boo, you just might be dealing with be the side piece, thinking that you're the main.
No definition
of your position. I'm gonna need us to look and see what's going on around us. I'd be like, we too old for all of that.
And that's the time when you really, that can really define where you're at.
That's it.
And if you're not getting a definition, if you're not getting an answer when you meet other people and they're having a conversation that's going on like you're not even there.
Oh my God.
There's something wrong with that. And you need to find out
what it is.
You know?
And where you and that person, where you stand.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid.
I mean, and that may be too late.
That's absolutely true. Here's my issue. Some of the young women that we mentor, some of them that, we're helping them to get through some issues, some things that have gone on in their life. They're dealing with this from the other end. It's over. The kids are gone. You best to get the step, and Terry said. And okay, the relationship gets to be over. And so now I am getting women, especially, that are broken. And the reason that they're broken is because of the fact that they had a perception in their mind of who they were with and what their position in that person's life was, Birdie 255. But then what ends up happening is you come to realize that no, that really wasn't who I was to that person. And so that's why we did Dating 101, Dishing the Basics, because we need to be able to put a handle on it. You remember when we were in school? Well, we weren't in school together, but when I was still in school, our parents, our teachers, matter of fact, anybody older than us had to put a handle, they called it, on your name.
Same thing. It's the same thing in Alabama.
Okay. Do y'all know what I mean when I say put a handle on it? I'm going to need you to put some respect on my position. Go on and tell the people, Marta Corn. Yes, Marta Soda, put some respect on my name, because I need that to be there. All right. Who of you know? Mr., Mrs.,
Auntie.
Okay.
Uncle.
Come on.
Everybody was somebody.
That's right. As long as they was older than you.
That's right. Now, here's a weird thing. I was just reading an article earlier this evening where a 12-year-old child is driving across country. I think 12 or 9. 12-year-old. Is driving across country to meet a man that he he's never met before.
Lord have mercy.
And had he not gotten lost, and ended up seeing the police, told the police he was lost. Now you're 12 years old and you're driving your mama or your daddy's car.
Right.
And you're going across country. You're going 2,000 miles
across country
to live with somebody that you never met in your life.
That ain't how that works.
There are kids out here. There are folks out here who their frontal ain't
developed.
The elevator is not
even.
They haven't even gotten this, guys. So it's really a serious time that we live in.
It really is.
Because the earth seems like it's running, the world seems like it's running backwards.
Crazy. Yeah, we have lost our collective mind, some of it.
And even if what do you want with a 12-year-old? Well,
we know what they want.
If you want, we know what you want.
Right.
But, their minds, really subject to do anything.
Yeah, that's very true.
Man, it's really scary.
All right.
So the folks who are not talking about these kinds of things, you need to deal with it on the front end.
Yes, amen.
Oh, you'll have to deal with it.
Deal with it on the back.
My kids know what I think. They know what they maybe
not always, and so those are the reasons that we've got to do what we have to do. We have to train them so that when they get grown, that they already know. All right. Kimmy Doll says you got to put a Mr., Mrs., a Ms., or a Miss on there. She said even big cousin, you've got to say. Do you all know I've got cousins right now today that are like 8 years younger than me, and because they have started calling me Cousin Michelle, that they have never stopped calling me that. So how much more for if you are in a relationship, especially if it has gone to the place of being a sexual relationship, that you don't put a definition to their position.
That's really scary.
It is. But it is what it is. Yeah. Sometimes we get so caught up in that dopamine. We get so caught up in the feelings of love that we lose all of our senses, like your heart starts talking and your brain shuts down. What are you thinking, honey?
I don't think that's the heart talking, though, baby.
You don't think that?
I think there's some other parts there doing some talking.
That we talked about in the erogenous zone.
It's not the big brain.
It's not the big brain or the big head.
That's right.
You're right. You're right about it.
You don't settle for just anything. And we always tell you here that you deserve better than
Definitely.
that. If somebody's treating you like an item, like an arm, like you are an option. We do St. Clair Originals, st-clairs.com. Every single piece is handmade and one of a kind with you in mind. Like the earrings and the necklace that I have on right now. These are St. Clairs. Now, I put this outfit on and I said, oh, what can I accessorize this with? And so I found this beautiful necklace with the pendant that has a little green and has a little burgundy, and it's in there. And so with our relationships, we can't just act as though that the person that is with us, that they are an appendage, that they're just going to be along for the
ride. Okay.
And me not to acknowledge you and recognize your person.
Yes.
Dumb stuck.
Yes, amen.
Demonetized.
I like it. You're demonetized, And we didn't say demon, okay? You have been mesmerized by the D. Okay, the eggplant, the cucumber, whatever you want to call it. That's what some of us are having an issue with, is that we haven't learned how to hold ourselves to ourselves until the appropriate time. All right.
Let me make one more comment about this, and you all put the twos
in the chat. Yeah, go on and put the twos in the chat.
Here's the thought. A lot of times when your family, you're with somebody and your family meet them, they want to know, well, who is this?
True.
And they will remind you or trigger you to say something.
Yes.
I just cannot imagine myself being with you and not introducing you to whoever it might be. I mean, now I've met people that I've forgotten their names. Honestly, you'll do that sometimes, and you'll kind of worry about it for a few years. After a few years, you say, I don't care. I meet so many people that I can't remember them all.
Right.
You try to do that for a lot of years.
Yeah.
But somewhere, But I didn't remember their name, but I remember your name.
Yes.
Look, this is my beloved wife. This is my bride. This is my boo. And now, if you can't tell that I have my arm around her, that I'm holding her hand, I'm going to make sure that I introduce her to you.
Hand on my leg.
And I'll look at them and say, look, tell her your name. Tell her who your people are.
You telling them the juice, honey? You can't give them the juice. That's pastoral juice. You can't give them pastoral juice.
Remember, y'all forget where you got that.
Lord have mercy.
Listen.
You can't be giving them pastoral juice.
You're going to get older. You ain't going to remember everybody, but you better not forget the one who has to sleep with you, listen to you snore, give you your medicine.
Yes. Yes, that part. Tell the people about that part.
You need to treat her right. You need to treat
him right.
And part of that is respecting them enough to show that this is a person who is in my life. This is what they mean to you. Now, if they are just, if they're just along for the ride, let them along.
Yeah.
Let them go on so they can find somebody else.
But see, that's the problem, honey. Some of them don't know that that's what's going on, because we've got folks out here now that are pulling people in. They're drawing them in. Remember, the Bible says, don't awaken love before the time. Some of us are out here dealing with people that absolutely don't have any regard for your feelings, your emotions, for your spiritual life. They have no regard for that. And so that's why we have to educate ourselves before we go out, because we know what we're looking for. And if we know that there are other people out there trying to take our money, I got an inbox, honey, from quote unquote Squarespace saying that they were going to be taking $530 some odd out of the account, and it was only going to leave me with a balance of $10 and some odd cents. Click here so that you can go in and verify the transfer. And I was like, first of all, I'm not using Squarespace. But if I was, and I have used it before, we have used it for St. Clair. So here's the issue. You click on it, and then you're thinking, first of all, it depends on where your mindset is. Like, oh my God, somebody's trying to take money out of my account. And so you click on it, Melissa. Thank you so much. You click on it. And then when you get in there, then that person that is on the other side, they are getting your login information, your password, and then they're going into your real account that they didn't even have access to. And so what we're dealing with there are people out here in this world that could care less about you, that they're here for themselves, what they can get out of you, how much they can get, when they can get it. They want to tap it, they want to flip it, they want to I can't say that word, but it has to do with putting stuff into the wall. All right. And so here's the issue. We have to be the ones that are looking. She said that snoring puts me to sleep.
Thank you, Melissa.
You are a mess.
Are you listening to the aquarium?
No, she's talking about, you said something about snoring.
Oh,
and so she's talking about that.
Okay.
So here it is. We have to be the ones that are proactive, that we're going in and making sure that we're covering ourselves. The Bible says it like this: to protect your heart, protect your heart with all diligence.
For out of it proceeds the issues of
life. All right. You just gave up. You just gave up the goods in order for them to just take them and run. Okay. And that's the issue. All right. And people don't care about your feelings.
Click here.
Don't do it. All right. So here we are, number 2. And thank you guys for putting those 2s in the chat. And if you haven't invited someone, you haven't shared the broadcast, please let the people know that we're here. It's GD and me. All right. Number 2, you have absolutely no idea. Now, you just might be the side piece. You have no idea where they work. You know that they go to work. You know that they tell you that they're on their way to work.
I think they go to work.
Okay, that part too.
They say they were going to do it.
That's a whole nother scope, baby. Because you know you got folks out here that lie through all their teeth, every 32 of them.
My good.
Okay.
Well,
some of them are telling you, well, I'm on my way to work. I'm on my way from work. I'm at lunch. And then you come to find out that somehow or another, you have no idea if indeed you needed to contact them. You don't know where they work. You don't have a work phone number. All you got is their cell phone. Honey, baby.
Well, listen,
boo.
Since you have an iPhone and you're paying the bill anyway, why don't you locate your device? That was a freebie.
Ting.
That was a freebie. Why don't you locate
those that only
your
got
device?
4 teeth will lie through those 2. You know.
When you said 32, that's why I like it.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. And so here's the thing, Mojo 9999. Thank you for joining tonight. They are those that you have no idea where they work. And not only do you not know where they work, but you don't know where they live.
Wow.
You don't have a home address. Every time you get together, you're meeting somewhere.
So why would you be going out with someone?
You sound like our neighbor.
who who is keeping you that far in the dark
about being at work. Well, don't feel bad. I'm tired of looking at Hallmark and not hailing any marks, not a front or back name. I'm saying, amen. And see, here's the thing. We have, and what she's talking about is so true, because Hallmark, you all know that channel. My husband knows the channel well. I don't watch it all the time, so don't even try that. Okay, our Lifetimes and our Hallmarks, we get all these romantic feelings, and it's like, oh wow, and we met across the crowded room, and this happened, and then I got his number, and we were going to meet, and he said no, he wants us to keep that same level of magic. We're going to meet at the park this time, and then the next time he said, I want us to meet right back at the same place, and and that's just how the whole thing started popping off, and it's just been so beautiful, because sometimes, y'all, we want love so badly that we'll do and say anything. We'll believe anything.
Wow.
Just because. And that's one of the things that we talk about during the dating funnel. There are some very dangerous places that you start new relationships from. And when you're in those places, that is not the time for you to be jumping into anything else that you haven't what's the word? Thank you, honey. Hey, ERKANAK. Thank you for joining tonight.
That's right. Because I won't say everybody has a Facebook account. There's a trail somewhere. Come on, tell the people.
Yes.
And if you're not finding anything at all,
right.
There's still one.
Yes, there is. Maybe
they even
you might be doing from cat. You might be
being catfish, or they've been in pharmaceutical school for a couple of dozen years.
You mean street pharmaceuticals?
Street pharmaceuticals.
Y'all know there's some street pharmaceuticals out here. Yes, they are.
And there's a school for it. Sometimes it's 24, 36 years.
Yeah, but they sure will get it. Okay, so here's the thing. If there is no paper trail, there is an electronic trail.
Come on.
And listen, you need to make sure that you're getting their right name, their right last name. I
want your government name.
Yes, because
government.
Y'all is that GUBMENT? Yeah. You are a mess. Here's the issue: is some people are out here, and you all, I don't know if y'all remember, but we did a broadcast about catfishing. Mm-hmm. And how there are people out here that care absolutely nothing about you, and they will pretend to be somebody totally different.
True. And
so that's why we have to be able to investigate some things before you go down the aisle, especially before you get into a physical, physical sexual relationship with this person, because you have no idea what it is that you might be dealing with. She said, let me see your birth certificate with all the F's. I need to see everyone. And I want your original one, because there might be, because we got some of them folk out here that they started off as one thing, and when you meet them, they're somebody totally different. I'm just saying, no shade, no condemnation, no judgment, but you need to make sure that you're checking yourself before you ready to sell. All right. So here, Kimmy Gall said, "Love After Lockup." I watched that. That is I'm not even gonna mention. I'm not even gonna say what I think. Wow. But I do watch that. That's it's amazing. But you know what? Especially those women that go for men that are in prison, that they meet them in prison, they know where they at. Yeah. You'll never have to find your boo. You always know. You always know what cell block. I'm just saying. You know where they are.
When you start living with them forever,
if you ever do,
and they drop the soap, I mean, it's just, look, folks, what we're saying is that there are things that you need to be more aware of.
Very true.
So when it comes to relationship, you have to be more aware. Yeah. You cannot leave yourself open.
That's it.
Hoping that a person will tell you the truth.
Right.
That's not the case.
That's not the way that it works.
All right.
So guys, let me see a number 3 in the chat. Number 3. So I'm Pastor Michelle. This is my sweet husband, Pastor Greg. He said, drop the soap. Yes, he did. He did it. I know. I apologize. He's a mess. I don't know what to do with it. Some ain't never coming home, right? We were reintroducing ourselves. I'm Pastor Michelle. This is Pastor Greg. We're spiritual relationship counselors, veterans of the United States Air Force, and we are your go-to couple
for all things relationship. Now we are pastors. We pastor in Starkville, Mississippi, Tribe Judah Ministries. We're about 5 minutes from Mississippi State University campus, which is home of the Bulldogs. And we'd welcome you. Love to have you come and visit with us. This is Picnic Sunday. Baptism. That's right. We're going to be baptized. We're going to be at beautiful Lake Tiacata in Louisville, Mississippi.
Hey, Blessed Abundantly 29. Thank you for joining us tonight. How are you? Appreciate you all joining. So listen, guys, if you're in here and you have not followed us, we're going to ask that you follow us here. We're here Tuesday through Thursday between 9 and 9:30 Central Standard Time, giving you the tools that help you to get your relationships on and popping. Now, tonight we're talking about the 5 signs that you just might be a side chick. You might be a side dude. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so we have to know the signs.
But this does work both ways.
Yes. Identify the signs and go in and do the work of relationship. Now, we said that number 1, there's no definition of your position. You might be a side chick. You might be a side dude. If you are dealing with someone and you have no idea where they work or where they live definitively, not at Big Mama's house. No, you don't have an address. You can't go and Google them. You can't put in Google Maps this address and get there. You might be a side piece. I just want you to know that God, listen, Jesus did not die for you to be a side piece.
Come on.
Okay? He wants you to be free. He wants you to have honor. He wants you to have respect put on your name. And so if you're dealing with someone that has got you in a position where you don't know these things, there is a problem. You got to open up your eyes to see the whole entire truth. Right. All right. So thank you for putting those 3s in the chat. Number 3 is this. They are always unavailable in an emergency. Always unavailable. Your car has broken down on the side of the road and you call them and they're saying, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get there. Don't you got a cousin or somebody that you can call? Did you pay your policy? Check your policy, because you probably got AAA on there or something, right? That's a problem, y'all.
I ain't got no gas. I can't get there.
What you mean you can't get there?
My boy is out of town. He can't give me a ride. And so listen.
Okay. Amen. So
we're stuck out there in the boondocks somewhere.
I need you to be able to feel some type of way that I can't get where I need to go, or that my tire has blown out. If you keep sending me to somebody else about everything, I'm at the hospital. You can't come and visit me because you had a business trip out of town all of a sudden. Listen, if you're dealing with someone and they are not available for any emergency situation that you've got going on, and listen, emergency situations might be that you need some ice cream because it's that time of the month and you need somebody to bring you some. Okay? How many of you believe that, yes, sometimes ice cream at that time of the month is an emergency? She said, you have been duped. Listen, don't you fall for the okie doke.
And we keep saying that you deserve
better. Yes.
And you have to realize it for yourself. I deserve better than this. I'm not
finna do this. No, ma'am. No, sir. And listen, there are too many, y'all. It is 2019, almost 20, and we don't know that we can go online and find out. It's public record when a person gets married, when they get divorced. It is public record. We have no excuses anymore. And even if you can't find it public record, you can pay, I think it's $25 or $35, and you can put a person's name in, the city that they're from. You can even put them in by their cell phone number, and you'll be able to get information back from them. You will know where they live, how long they've been living in that city, if they have a marriage, if they have any court issues going on, speeding tickets, if they're on child support. I've known people that have been together with someone for 6 and 7 years and never knew that the other person had children. Come on, y'all.
Wow. Wow.
We got to do better than this.
Because at least you know the youngest child's name. You might be able to find a cable account
or something,
or direct TV account in the child's name.
Right?
You know, because that's one of the trends that's going on. Kids, before they even got here, they got credit. They got a bill, an account. You do have to have a social security number.
Right.
So as soon as they get a social security number, they get a direct TV account.
And so we have to be careful. We have to go in and do the work. Did we talk about number 3 already? They're always unavailable when you have an emergency. Guys, let me see the number 4 in this chat so we can get out of here away tonight. Let's see. Kimmy Doll said, Drew was out of town. I was in a car accident, 12:30 a.m. when we first started dating. He was here 9 a.m. that morning. You see what I'm talking about? That's a relationship. That if you're in a hospital, something's going on with you, I might not be able to get there immediately, but I'm going to make my way to where you are. Why? Because I'm concerned about you. Thank you for putting the number 4s in the chat. Thank you so much, Diva Woman, for joining us tonight. You guys absolutely amazing.
Come on, Drew.
You guys rock. Amen. I see True Movement put in there 4. FOH. We on number 4. All right. 5 signs you just might be a side chick, a side dude, a side piece. It just might be you. All right. Look for the signs, y'all. Don't be out here just acting crazy and not know.
And listen. It's definitely not an equal opportunity. It's an equal opportunity issue now.
Yes.
Both men and women can play it.
Oh, yeah.
Women maybe a little bit better than some guys. And I'll just leave that right there.
And you are so right. There are women out here that have 2 families and that man don't know. There are women out here that done had a side dude for 10 years and their husband don't know. They be dead and gone and the husband still never knew. All right.
Side dude sitting there as a special friend at the funeral. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But a special friend. Everybody know about it, brother, except you.
Everybody.
No shade.
Okay, we just saying.
Darlene Thompson said, "No way, I'll be a side chick. No way, I refuse."
Thank you, Darlene. But here's the problem: is that some people, they really, because we so want to be loved, we so want to be in relationships sometimes, and the chemicals that are produced when we meet somebody new, it clouds us up. It causes this sort of a fog. And things that you normally would see in someone else, you can't even see it in front of your face. And that's one of the reasons that we tell our young women, especially, don't leave out some of y'all, as soon as you get a man, we can't find you no more. You don't be at church.
What happens? We go stupid for a little while. Until the first fight.
Right?
We go stupid.
Wait, what?
What?
Okay.
I got kids?
I gotta pay my
I got a girlfriend.
Wait a minute. I have a wife somewhere? Yes. Y'all think we playing. I am so serious right now. I remember I saw a meme that asked the question, are you in a relationship? If the person says no, Steve, for him, and then you have to ask some more follow-up questions. Is anybody in a relationship with you? No. Follow up again.
Are they like?
Does anybody have a perception that there has been or is going to be a relationship between you and them? Because you've got to come at this thing now from all angles. People are out here wilding out.
And if they're starting to look around,
are you being stalked by your wife because they don't know that you all have stopped being in a relationship? When you say that you're single, do you mean that you're single you're not married, you're single, you're separated, you're single, you decided that y'all didn't want to be together anymore. We have to begin a process of clarification in relationships anymore, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't fall for the okie doke.
Listen, one of the reasons that we do what we do is because of those exact situations.
Yeah.
And truth is that we can help you in that department.
Definitely.
A free 15-minute
encounter session.
Maybe you need a little bit more time than that.
Yeah.
But we can begin to give you some clues.
Yes, Lord.
Some personal clues. Now, there may be some things that would define or would defy this 5.
Yeah.
Thing,
oh, we got 10. We just giving them 5 tonight.
Right. But there are other things that will defy that will, you're totally missed.
Yep.
There may be some follow-up questions we can ask you.
Right.
That will help you to come for yourself.
To become clear.
Because we can tell you all night that it's happening.
Right.
Until you get it, you're going to go right back. You're going to open. They're going to tell you the same, a lie.
Yep.
Because they know how to get you back in. Push.
That's right. They know how to reel you in. They reeled you in the first time, and they'll reel you right back in again. All right.
Can I say it again? You deserve better.
You definitely do. So Kimmy Doll said it might even be his best friend who the side dude is, or a long lost cousin. Kismet says you're right. Darlene said these women. Wait a minute. Got low self-esteem. They rather have a man at any cost, never be the side chick or the spare tire or nothing at all. No way. Amen, Darlene. Exactly. And so why we come on here these 3 days a week is because when we counsel with young women, when we mentor some of our young women, listen, it's not just the ladies.
Yes.
So don't get it twisted. There are some gentlemen out here that are being used for finances, being used so that you can get your rent paid, your children need when they started doing uniforms. Oh, my kids need uniforms. Oh, this A Silva. There's all sorts of reasons that women are with some men. And some of it is not on the up and up. And I'm sorry to tell you guys that, but it is so 100% the truth.
Yes.
There might be some gold diggers out here, but there are some women that's all they think about. And they're not just with you. They've got you thinking that you're in a relationship with them. You're
not the only one.
You're not the only one. They're getting money on Mondays and Wednesdays from Jose. Hey, Jose Luis 999, not this Jose, but you know what I'm saying. They're getting money on Fridays because they know that certain person has a certain, they get their government. Your government check comes in on the 1st, and so around the 28th, 29th, they start becoming more cozy with you. They start coming around you more often. They start calling you on the phone. Next thing you know, they hitting you up. We have instances where gentlemen are taking their whole check and handing it over to someone that gives them an allowance. Gives them. It's your check. It's a government check. You know it's going to clear. And you have given your check to this other person, and they're going to take all the money and give you $50.
So you can get some cigarettes.
Listen. You just look and you're like, are you serious right now? Is this what we're doing? Yes, that is what is happening out here in these relationship streets. And we don't want you to fall for the foolishness. All right. Marta says cuffing season is coming. Say that.
A little nip in the air at night.
Some of these guys is out here wanting to be with you because they're looking for relationships because it's finna get cold.
And the judge said I could be out in 3 weeks. Number 4. No shade.
None at all.
Letting you know.
Amen. I'm so into you. Thank you for joining. So guys, if you're in here and you haven't shared, you haven't invited somebody, let the people know that we're here. There might be a group that you know that someone is in that they would do well to hear this information so that they won't be the ones that falls for the foolishness. L. Faith Pittman says 50.
$50.
She said FIDDY, $50. That's all that they are getting. Okay. So number 4 reason that you just might be a side piece. What time is it,
Fourth
babe?
indicator.
What time? What time is it?
It is 10:26.
Here, Central Standard Time, it is 10:26 p.m.
Mhm.
Now, I ain't heard from you all the day long. But now at 11 p.m., now that it's Friday,
the street lights are out. Or it's payday.
Now all of a sudden my phone is ringing. You blowing my phone up.
I know you got groceries today. She gonna cook tonight.
You got your EBT card on full. And all we got to do is go and swipe. See, here's the issue. If that person is only calling you at this time of the night, you haven't heard from them all the day, unless they working on a submarine.
Wow.
Okay, unless they're working what's that?
In the coal mine. Down.
Okay, they should be able to contact you more than just on Friday at 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Come on.
Kimmy Doll says, "Do you know where your man is?"
It's 10:26 p.m.
Do you know where your mate is?
That was good, Kimmy. That was good time.
Okay. Y'all remember the commercials? Do you know where your children are? Do you know where your man is? Do you know where your woman is? They only call you on the weekends. They only call you after the club has let out. They only call you after they have run out of money, and it's always after 10 p.m. Listen, baby, you might just be a side piece.
That's right. That's right.
And I hate to break it to you, but I want you to know the truth. The Bible says it like this: those that know the truth will make you free.
Will set you free.
Yes, it will. You have to receive the truth, though.
You need to be free.
Yes, amen. So let me see the number 5s, y'all, in the chat. Number 5. My husband, you ready to say something?
Somebody is out there watching you and wondering, why is she or why is he with the 0 when I can be their hero?
Come on.
They're wondering, and you are delaying what could be a wonderful thing for you.
Yes, Lord.
So don't just stop settling just because you're lonely.
Yes, God.
And because you don't have anybody.
Yes.
Because you can have somebody and still not have anybody. That's kind of harsh, isn't it?
Yeah.
But truth.
Yeah, it's the truth.
And you need one person in your life who's going to be truthful with you.
I love Yams. How are you? Thanks for joining. Lord bless you. Good to see you, darling. All right. Instagram, we're going to end here in just a moment, but we'll come right back. So don't go away. Just come right back. Okay. And we're almost done anyhow. So here's number 5, you guys. Number 5. When we're talking about 5 reasons, 5 signs that you just might be a side dude or side chick, dog pound D, is this. You may go out, but it's always to unpopular places. You're going to unpopular places.
On the outskirts that we need.
Okay.
In the outskirts of town.
The lights is always down low.
Yeah. We're going to that bar where they play honky-tonk music.
And you know you a trap chick.
And you know
you like hip-hop.
Come on.
You know you love that R&B. Why are we
going out
Why are we out here at the country place talking about?
Oh, my boy tending bar, and he gonna hook us up with some drinks.
Yeah. What? Huh?
You know they got karaoke. You know I like seeing
you talking about
karaoke.
Yeah. You too what? I'm used to that.
Listen, there's nothing wrong if you like those kinds of things. There's nothing.
Not at all.
I'm not going to tell anybody. Not going to bother you for it.
Life evolution coach.
Make sure you're going there because that's where you want to go.
Yes.
You know.
Amen.
You have some say so in your date. That's one of the things we talk about in dating.
Come on, tell the people.
You have a say and where you go.
That's right. If you haven't gotten the free download, and we talk about that there, here you can find it. There's the link, bit.ly/mm3 links. You'll be able to get that free dating manifesto, the 10 rights and 10 responsibilities of dating. You want to get that, because let me tell you something. We talk about that very same issue. Amen. We talk about that very same issue, and it's a free download. You're going to get your manifesto, and you're going to also get about 4 hours of video that's going to come along with it. It'll come in your email, so you can watch it at your leisure. You're going to find that information is going to be invaluable to you, and that's
True.
Absolutely free. All right. Now, Dating 101, dishing the basics of dating. We did this. This was a 5-hour intensive.
5 hours of content.
Okay. We even went through a process of deliverance, because some of us are still hooked up with soul ties and emotional ties with someone that we had been with, the ghost of relationships past. And so what we're saying is this, is that when you want to be married, don't take the class if you don't want to be married. Okay. We just want to let you know right now that what you're going to be doing, going through the dating funnel, going through the different areas of communication, questions to ask on a date, how many dates that you should probably go on, things of that nature. We talk about our personality types, all of those things. We talk about that in Dating 101, because we want you to know that if you want to be married, that there is somebody out here for you, but you're going to have to do the groundwork.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have to date right so that you can mate right.
What he said.
And the way you mate right is that the way you date right is that you start to take care of you.
That's exactly
There's something
correct.
about when you start taking care of yourself, you start looking good to yourself, right?
Girl, you
and
cute.
if you look good to yourself, you're gonna look good to everybody else.
Hey,
Everyone, what are you doing?
I'm just in love with me.
And you need to do that.
Yes.
You owe it to yourself.
That's right.
To go out once in a while. Just dress up, smell good, go on and enjoy yourself.
We put it in the love seat for you guys that aren't a part of the love seat. Find us. Check that link, bit.ly/MM3 links with an S. We put it in there because one of the gentlemen that, what was the link again, please? bit.ly/MM3 links. MM3 links.
All lowercase.
All lowercase letters. bit.ly/MM3LINKS. Why did we do that? It's because we have dealt with so many women and men that are out here wanting to have a good long-term relationship. They want it to develop into a marriage. It doesn't make sense for you to be with someone for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, and you still absolutely don't know where you're going. You have to know these things. And so we did the intensive because too many of us young, middle-aged, and sometimes some of our our elders are out here and we're dating and we know what we want.
Listen. The world has changed.
Yes.
The world has changed so dramatically.
You say that.
And you need to some of us need to catch up.
Yeah.
If you've been married most of your adult life.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about dating again. Things have changed.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So you need to, and this will help you. It'll help you to develop some confidence. There's nothing better than having some confidence about yourself. I know who I am. I know who I belong to. I know where I'm going, and I'm not going to be saddled with anybody who is going to keep me off of my
game. Mm-hmm. Amen. There are some things that we want to do. There's a purpose for our lives. And how do we attain that purpose is being sure that we are connected to the right other people. Because when we connect up with the wrong spirit, y'all, it's like a sabotage. It's like when your relationship is jacked up, it is hard to concentrate on anything else.
Marty,
here, I'll put it right here.
Thank you. Okay. My honey got it. Okay, so the link is going in on IG. Thank you so very much.
There she is, though. If you all don't have a VA, you all need to get you one, baby.
So number 5 was you may go out, but it's always to unpopular places.
Yep.
You're in low lighting. Out of town, you're not connected with any family or friends. You're not likely to meet anybody
that's family.
Both of you know.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Especially that you know.
Exactly.
Okay.
And why are they doing that? It's purposeful.
To keep you
in the dark. All right. And that's not, Lord, you don't want to come to light in the grocery store when the person is walking with their spouse.
Wow.
You don't want to come to light while you all are at a function, at a church service or something. You all, when we see things go astray, when we see people coming into churches nowadays and they're coming in guns blazing,
yes,
it's not only because the pastor may have quote unquote done something to them. It could very well be that someone in the congregation is messing or in a relationship, quote unquote, with that husband or that wife.
That's right.
And so we have to be super careful that we are not the ones that are in here messing ourselves up.
Bless you.
And messing up families. If you don't want to be with someone, listen, make a decision and say, you know what? This isn't working. We need to separate, or we need to work on this.
You want to be man enough.
A woman
enough to be honest with him.
Yes. And so listen, and not saying that we want you to just forget about your marriage. We don't. We're marriagemakes3.com. We want you to help you to make it work.
That's right.
But it's not going to work if you're not putting in anything.
If you're in denial about where it's at.
All right. And so this is why we do premarital counseling, because too many people are getting down the aisle and they really don't even know each other well.
Absolutely.
They don't know their proclivities. They don't know each other's passions. They have no idea what the other person's goals are. And so if we can go in and do a SYMBIS with you, well, that's a saving your marriage before it starts. When we ask you the questions and we go through all 12 points of relationship to find out where your mindsets are as far as staying together, as divorce and family and all of those things. We do that because we found out that after 5 years, 30% of more people that have done the SYMBIS, they find that they are still together.
That's right.
While the other couples are finding their way apart from each other. So before I do, and after I do, and all the little areas in between, that's what we do. And so if you are in need of a free encounter session, we do that. We're sowing that into your life because we want you to know that we are concerned about you.
Right. Right.
We've dealt with it. We've gone through the pain of breakup, separation, divorce. And I know that folks try to treat you like you're some sort of second-class citizen, but I want you to know that God does not treat any of his kids that way.
Amen.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. We've been married.
Bright at the end of this tunnel for you.
For you. It did it for us. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I am married to Gregory Dale.
Thank you, baby.
It's been 12 years, going into 13 years, y'all. And I'm like,
wonderful time. I've had the time of my life. That's a song.
I've had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. You know that song because that's one of my favorites. Because when you were courting me, that was one of the songs that I would listen to. That and the Fray.
Okay.
All right. And so here it is. After all these years and knowing that people are dealing with their relationships, and wanting to find the right one. Sometimes, y'all, you need another set of eyes, someone that's going to come in and they're going to let you know the truth, tell you what the red flags might be. And then you can either decide what you want to do. Do you want to continue down the aisle or do you want to wait a little longer? Because there's nothing wrong with waiting. Okay. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
It doesn't wear out.
No, it really doesn't.
No.
Because
with time.
You have a baby. If you follow Fruitful Women on Instagram, hey Sam, how are you, lady? Thanks for joining. If you follow Fruitful Women on Instagram, you will see that there's a whole head that comes on through. And after all of that human releases itself, it comes right back.
Snap back with snapback.
I mean, it's incredible.
That's a headache powder from way back in the day.
I ain't never heard of it.
Yeah. It's like BC powder.
Okay, I heard of BC powder.
Nasty.
it comes right back into place. The elasticity is still there. And listen, even if something happens, they have things to help us. If you're a guy, they have things to help you.
Yes.
And so it's not going to wear out. And so what we want you to know.
So if you need to talk about that, there's your 15 minutes right there.
Amen.
All the things
whatever it is. Oh, yes. You're dealing with blended families. You're dealing with in-laws that are crazy, or a husband or a wife that doesn't know how to navigate around those relationships. We are here for you.
Finance.
Yeah.
Your extended relationships with family members. We can help you there.
7 keys to better sex in your marriage.
Dysfunction.
Yes, God.
We can help
you have gone through a divorce, and you need some help to get back your confidence, to get back to the place of knowing who you are.
You need to snap back.
Yeah. Amen. That snapback. Both men and women do Kegels. Yeah, come on now. That part. All right. Our second book, Erogenous Zones, Exploring Marital Intimacy. We wrote these two because we know that there is something special about the sexual relationship between a husband and a wife.
Amen.
And if we would begin to do things differently, if we would date right, then we'll be able to mate right.
Come on.
And we'll be able to have lifelong, fulfilling relationships. Not none of that stuff where you just sitting there, looking at each other, waiting for the other person to die. That's not what it's supposed to be like. And so please, ma'am, please, sir, find us at the link in the bio, bit.ly/MM3links. Set you up a free encounter session. And then after that, you may feel like, I need more. We need a course of counseling that's going to get us back to our love relationship.
Does adopting a child
classify as blended family? Absolutely. Would be a side check. My in-laws know their place. Amen. Wow. Darlene got that thing together. On, Sabrina asked, does adopting a child classify as a blended family? When you already have children, then adopt. Definitely. It absolutely does count as a blended family. And so y'all, please, ma'am, sir, before you throw in the towel, before you say I'm through with this, let's do the work. Something about regret. And I was telling somebody this the other day. It's better to at least go in, do the work, and then if it doesn't work, then you're like, okay, I did all that I could do.
Did everything I could do.
But when you don't take the steps, and then you find yourself in a divorce, and then you find yourself in another relationship, and you see the same thing happening in this one as it did in the last one, it becomes so stressful. It becomes where you're like, oh my God, what has happened? Why am I having this deja vu? Why is this happening again? And so that's what we do. We're here to help you to get past and through all of those areas in life.
Right.
All right.
And it always involves work.
Definitely.
We want you to know that we appreciate you all and love you for joining us. We've had a good time. I think a very enlightening session.
Yeah.
Parts of it are a little bit heavy, but anytime you're dealing with relationships, it's going to be a little tough, especially if you're in those places or have been in those places. But we want you to know that we love you. We appreciate you. If you need mentorship, make sure that you go ahead and go to that link.
Yes,
don't delay. Go ahead and get on our calendar and let's go ahead and see what we can do to get you. Because sooner you get your life back, sooner you start, sooner you get your life back.
You'll be able to. That's right.
We think that you will benefit from that greatly.
We had a request for marital counseling. And then before it was time for our meeting, the person said, is it possible for me to just do it by myself?
Wow.
And I absolutely. Yes, indeed. Because sometimes the other person isn't ready.
Yes.
sometimes the other person needs to see that you're doing something.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all,
they see that you're going on with your life and
Mhm.
that your skin is cleared up. You know, I'm joking. I'm joking. But listen, when you start feeling good about yourself, something happens that defies. It's almost like your skin having been.
because you're
You're
free.
coming out from under the cloud.
Mhm. You're starting to eat better. You're not crying all the time. You're not
Wow.
emotional every 5 minutes.
That's what I'm talking. Thank
All
you
of
all
that.
for understanding.
You got to get through. You have to get through, and that's what we do. We help you to get through. All right.
That's right.
We appreciate you guys so very much. Again, thank you for being a
Thank
part
you.
of
Thank
Marriage
you.
Makes Three. We are here for you. Go get your free 15-minute encounter session. MarriageMakesTheNumber3.com. There you'll find all of the other information that you need. As far as
Dating 101.
Oh, Dating 101. Bam!
Mm-hmm.
You'll find all the information that you need to be able to contact us. Maybe you need someone to do a retreat for your church, for your youth group. We're here for you. Go on over to Marriage Makes the Number 3, and you can also check the link in the bio, and that will get you in contact with us. Get your free 15-minute encounter session, y'all. Again, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And what we always say here is that
God loves you.
And you.
And we love you.
We do.
And ain't a thing you can do about that.
Up in here.
Thanks for being with us, everybody.
I have completely enjoyed the program. Thank you, Elfie Pittman. Thank you so much. Y'all share the broadcast if you haven't shared, and let the people know. And make sure you share it on the Twitter. Let the Twitterites know that Pastor G and Pastor Me are here. The Twitterites need to know.
Twitterites.
What is that?
They're just twittering.
They're just. I thought you were shaking
like
a tambourine.
Like a butterfly.
I know what you're doing now, but it looked like you were shaking a tambourine at first. I was just checking to see what was going on. You know, these eyelashes. Now this is the Nehemiah got us wearing eyelashes. The ladies at the tribe, we wear eyelashes now, and so I just saw, just a little chorus. So I was just checking. That's all. All right, guys, we love you and we appreciate you. Don't forget to go over to St. Clair's. StClairs.com, where every single piece is handmade and one of a kind just for you in mind. All right. We love you guys, and we will see you here tomorrow night. Wait, is today Wednesday or today is Thursday?
Wednesday.
Today is Wednesday. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow night. Love you guys. Give me you. Everything else can wait.
Give me you.
We're so excited. One of our spiritual grandbabies is being born. I'm just so excited.
It's gonna be tomorrow.
It's gonna be tomorrow, but yeah.
Closing
okay.
picture.
Okay. Ting.
Thank you.